Hey, I'm Cyber Art. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a tutorial on how to draw lips. So I'm going to be drawing some lips and then eventually painting them. To start off, when I start drawing lips, like sketching lips, I usually start with the middle of the lips first. Like you'll see I'm kind of going faster because I'm doing a little variation to figure out what I eventually want to draw. But I start off with the middle part and I kind of branch out to either mouth corner from there. I just kind of even draw like the middle fold and then I'll just do the outsides. Like here I'm doing like a puckered lip, so that's just kind of how I go about drawing lips, but there's no right or wrong way for sure. It's just that's what's easiest for me. And then I'm drawing my main lip that I'm going to eventually paint here. I draw things pretty small usually and then I'll have to scale it up. I don't know if that's just me. I just round out my sides and I figure out what shape I want, and using reference is also great. So yeah. And also your sketch layer, I put that into multiply mode and I bring down the opacity of it just so that it's underneath, and then eventually I just like erase it usually, or erase portions of it. I know some people like use that layer, their sketch layer. It's whatever works best for you. This is just how I do it. And then I'm just putting my color block down to start drawing. So I start off with a color that is near the skin tone but a little bit more pink. That's usually what I do, and I put that like on the entire area. Also, experiment with brush texture. I'm using a textured brush for the base of my drawing here, which I don't feel like it did much, but don't be afraid to use textures. Usually though, I draw with a soft round brush, like slash oval brush as my main, and I kind of put the opacity down. After I do that entire area, I'm going to take a color that's a bit darker and a little bit more saturated, and I put that on the top lip. I differentiate like the top lip from the bottom lip like that because I think I like heard that like your top lip is usually darker than your bottom lip. Take a darker color that's a little bit darker than the top lip and I go over the middle like fine line area from where your lips connect, just to make more of a distinction. And then I add shade to the corners just so that things become a little bit more three-dimensional. I wouldn't want to make the bottom lip and the top lip look very similar in color. I still want the differentiation of the top lip being darker. Then I take a lighter shade and I almost do like two ovals where the lips are and then kind of connect them by a little bridge. I don't know how to explain it. And then I kind of give the middle of the top lip a little bit of a highlight, just again to make it seem more three-dimensional. Also, don't be afraid to use like different layers. Like I'm kind of doing this all on one layer, but using a multiply layer and then a color dodge layer on top of that just adds to the pop of it. I usually do that where I add a multiply layer and then I do my shadows, like just accentuate my shadows on that multiply layer and then a color dodge layer. I think I only did a color dodge layer in this one because I just thought that worked best. But yeah, always experiment and look at reference. That will definitely help. And then I'm adding a darker color on the line of the lip again, and I'm speeding up this area here because I'm just drawing kind of the rest of the skin around so it kind of matches. And I might do a tutorial on how I paint skin, so I'll go into how I paint skin then. But this is kind of just a basic way of doing it. And then I think what really adds to making it look three-dimensional is adding the highlight on the cupid's bow and kind of around. I love doing that. And also turn your canvas. Don't be scared of turning your canvas. It's always a good idea, just so you get your lines straight and it's most comfortable. And now I'm just building on the highlighted areas of the lip with a more cool toned, brighter color. I don't always just go up in saturation with the high tones. Wait, mid tones, low tone. I guess is it high tones? I guess the high tones on the lips. And then I kind of go in with almost like a purple-ish color because I just want to experiment more with color when it comes to, you know, drawing whatever it is, eyes, lips, even skin, like adding almost a yellow hue always, or a bluer hue slash purple hue, and then your red hues, like having that, I feel like brings a piece to life. So I'm doing that here, and then I go in with my first round of kind of highlight of the lips. And I would say don't go straight in with like the lightest color to your lips when you're doing like a gloss and a highlight gloss. I'd say start out and kind of build it, just like maybe have one layer underneath that is a little bit lighter. So that's what I'm doing here. And I kind of go in with that highlight and I make it a little bit smaller so it fits in right on top of the second highlighted portion underneath. Then I go in with my brighter highlighter color to really add a gloss. I think I might have went over this even again to make it brighter. And also, if you're not happy with the colors, change the hue and the saturation of it. In Procreate, you're able to do that quite easily, so take advantage of that tool. Here I'm just speeding up me experimenting with different colors and different hues so that my lips don't look as dull and flat in like one color family almost, which I feel like I could have exported a little bit more, but it is what it is. So and I'm just ending it here with a gloss to the lips. And that will conclude my tutorial on how to draw lips. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and I'll see you next week. Bye!